Welcome back to the channel, everybody. For a lot of us, we know the world is just not what they say it is. Check it out.
The whole Facebook movie is a giant lie. It's a propaganda piece. That was a Pentagon program called LifeLog. LifeLog is a Pentagon program that wants to collect all your data for your whole life. What day did the government stop the LifeLog project?
Whoa. DARPA shut down the LifeLog project February 4th, 2004.
What day was Facebook registered as a business?
God, no way, bro.
The exact same day. They don't even hide it, dude.
It was created by DARPA.
Yeah, they handed it to Mark Zuckerberg. And then the Vossel twins.
What about the other? Yeah.
That's all. And that's why they became the first Bitcoin millionaires, because they played ball. It's all theater, dude.
So what is the purpose of LifeLog?
To collect all your data for your whole entire life. The whole Facebook movie is a giant.
Yeah. We didn't see no money from all that data collection, did we? But they sure did. They made billions, and they just watch us like hawks. Look at Edward Snowden. This dude discovered that they're spying on us, which is illegal, and they're trying to put him in jail for it. That's our government. All right, this next clip is pretty interesting. I don't know this guy. I've never seen this guy before. He looks pretty interesting. I saw the clip already. What he says is pretty good. Let's see what he has to say.
This is what's going to lead to World War III, man. Everyone's like, oh, Iran and Israel, like, oh my God, World War III. Not even fucking close. You want to know what World War III is going to be? It's going to be triggered by the UK reclaiming itself, and in doing so is going to trigger World War III. It's not going to involve the Middle
Yeah, a lot of these countries need to reclaim themselves, including ours.
East. It's always World War III for them, okay? World War III specifically is going to involve Europe and other white dudes, okay? Because it's only a world war when we're doing it. Rupert Lowe is going to win a civil war on the streets of the UK. It's going to be all of the imported invaders finally dropping the mask and going full-on conquerors and invaders and savages that they are, versus white men in England reclaiming their fucking birthright and becoming Templars on the Crusade again, okay? It's going to be fucking mayhem. It's going to be the purge. And depending on what happens there, scenario one, the white British man wins. They retreat, but not back to the Middle East. They go to France. They go to Germany. They go to Spain. And then you're going to have the captured governments of these European nations.
Spain just legalized, like, citizen side, whatever the hell you want to call it. 500,000 immigrants. Just boom. They're citizens now. Unreal.
Nations then turn on the UK. Okay? They're not on the white European side. We know this. They want to erase Europeans. They want to replace them. Europe is then going to turn on the UK. The UK is going to retaliate. And then America is going to get involved. And then it's going to be America and the UK versus Europe. And Europe is going to be liberated. World War III is going to be Americans and the UK versus Europe, trying to maintain its duty, its orders of replacing Europeans.
That makes so much sense. It's scary. We all know they have a plan for us, but can we stop it? Can we change it? They've been doing this stuff for years, planning this for like a century. The dollar vigilante, do you guys know who that is? He's been around for a long time. He's been canceled a long time ago. He used to talk, well, he still talks about a lot of things. He likes David Icke, and he exposes a lot of stuff like this world is fake. This is the dollar vigilante. Pretty interesting guy.
You know, Thomas Althouse was the one that originally created the screenplay for the Matrix movies. And he tells me there's hundreds of duplicates of his screenplay to the actual movies, and it was stolen. And I've been talking to him for years. And he claims that he got it through a download. Like he goes, it all came to me and he wrote it. And then they stole it from him and twisted it. They twisted some of the meetings in the Matrix movies. And but literally hundreds of parallels to his screenplay to what was actually. So for sure he did the original stuff, because you can't have hundreds of duplicates from his screenplay. Like the big concepts too, like the pods and the jacks in the neck and the whole Matrix concept, the main characters. I mean, all that stuff was stolen from his screenplay. It's pretty incredible. But
Yeah, I've heard about some of that. I don't know all the details as much as you do, but I'm not surprised at all, because those Wachowski now sisters,
yeah.
I keep looking at them. I'm like, they don't seem like very smart, and now they've turned transgender and all that, which is all part of the agenda of this cult that's basically in charge of everything. But when I did look at the Matrix movie and the concept of it, I was like, wow, whoever did this was clearly getting downloads, because that basically is how the world actually works, and it actually so well shows it in like a fiction movie, which is so funny because a lot of people will go watch that movie and go, haha, that was great. It's like, that's what's actually happening.
Well, yeah, and he had, like, the blue and the red pill was actually switched. It was supposed to be the red pill was red because you get access to the Matrix as an elite, and it's red because of all this is what he told me, it's supposed to represent the blood of all the people that died making the Matrix, making the technology behind it. And the blue pill was a hijacked thing where you take the blue pill and you're able to see into the Matrix but not be identified, because once you get into the Matrix, they know where you are at all times. And so you needed to have a way to be in the Matrix without being seen and found. That's what it was about. He even created the Zion city. Yeah. All sorts of stuff. And he was telling me what it was really about. It's really quite incredible. And there was the Neo character, a friend of mine, and Tom didn't know this. A friend of mine, one of her best friends, was the stunt double for Neo, and he said, "Yeah, everybody on the set knew it was a stolen screenplay."
Everything is stolen, corrupted, everything. And the Wachowski brothers, I didn't know they're the Wachowski sisters now. I don't watch that much TV. Like, I watch like Netflix and Prime and those kind of things, Crave, that kind of stuff. Like, just little series and some movies here and there. But I don't watch like TV with like commercials like that. I don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV for like 15 years, 20 years. Slowly, not even like watching it at all. Sports, no, don't watch sports. Um, yeah, that's pretty interesting. The Wachowski sisters. I did not know that. What do you guys think about all this? Do you think it's all an agenda? All a cult? I look at Hollywood. This guy had a good line. He talked about how when little dogs and purses were a thing, that all of a sudden everybody in Hollywood had a little chihuahua or a little dog in their purse. Everybody. And then when this whole woke movement happened, all of a sudden every celebrity had a transgender kid. It's just, they have no morals, nothing governing them. They are just a cult. Holly Weird. That's what this guy calls them, Holly Weird. They are just a cult, brainwashing everybody. Ugh. All right, so I do talk about crypto on this channel. Here's another little video to remind you all of why crypto is so important. Because if you have a political view, they chop you off, right? We learned that with Trump's family being debanked. We learned that in Canada, where the trucker convoy rally, they all got debanked, and anybody who donated to them got debanked. That's scary stuff, right? So that's why crypto is important. Whether you think so or not, just educate yourself. Do you want to be in a centralized system or a decentralized system? Crypto wallets are decentralized. You have it in your own wallet. Don't leave it in a bank. Don't leave it on a crypto exchange. Keep it in your own crypto wallet. I actually have links. Check them out. Do your own research, though, because it's not financial advice.
Not only was I debanked, so many people in this country were debanked, and every day, millions of people around the world are debanked for no reason whatsoever. I happened to be debanked because my father wore a hat that was red that said "Make America Great Again," and I started getting letters. I got a letter from Capital One, effectively closing 300 of our corporate accounts. I got a letter from JP Morgan Chase, closing 52 of our corporate accounts. I got letters from Bank of America. These are the largest financial institutions on earth, closing our accounts for no reason. These are golf courses. These are condominium associations. These are hotels. These are restaurants that we have in the portfolio. They didn't give a damn.
Yeah, you think you're free, right? You think you have freedom of speech. You think you can vote for a political party. Whoa. When do corporations and banks take sides and go, no, we're not allowing you? So what's coming in the future is a digital ID system. If you think things are bad now, wait till they implement that digital ID system where they control your money. They control what you do online. They can just debank you with a click of a button from one person's decision with no court, nothing like that. They just think you're bad, boom, you're gone. Look how easy they did it for the past like 10 years on the social media platforms. Canceled, click of a button, done.
They wanted to take the rails out from under us. They wanted to debank us. They wanted to deplatform us, and they wanted to hurt us. And I realized very quickly that the very same people who were coming after us, those banks were also going after people in cryptocurrency who just wanted to improve the system. Why is it that you can't send a wire transfer after 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon? Right now that makes complete sense to me as a business guy. Right, JP Morgan wants to hold your money, for 72 hours over the course of a weekend. They want to take the interest associated with tens and tens of billions of dollars that are sitting in purgatory. Is that fair to the average consumer? And by the way, is that financial freedom? You literally can't move your money for a 48 or 72 hour.
Yeah, it's a monopoly, right? And if they have no incentive to change, they're not going to change. That's why crypto is so important. Right now, there's something being called the Clarity Act that's in the government trying to be passed right now. And the banks are fighting it. They don't want you to have interest on your money. They don't want you moving your money anywhere else but keeping it in the banks, right? If you like wars and you like the banks making so much money off of your money, just keep it in the banks. If you don't like that and you want to have your own money and be protected from the debanking, get crypto, put it in your crypto wallet. You can get stable coins. Stable coins is the same as a dollar, but on the blockchain. It's a dollar, it'll always be a dollar. If you want to get adventurous, you can go into crypto, which is like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano, all those kind of things. You can get into those, but those fluctuate in price.
Period of time. It's insane. It's asinine, right? And so, in cryptocurrency, you can move unlimited amounts of money for virtually zero fees.
Yep.
No middleman, none of these crazy exorbitant banking fees.
Instant.
At 11 o'clock on a Saturday, from your cell phone while having a glass of wine with your husband or your wife. Isn't that financial freedom? Isn't that modern finance? Same thing. I mean,
doesn't that sound so great? So why would you be opposed to that, right? The banks, they have a stranglehold over everything.
Try finance at home. You go through a process for 120 days and know your customer with a bank that you banked at for 30 years. Does that seem current? Does that seem technologically advanced? It's not. The banks have had a monopoly on the financial system for years, and they did everything they could to not embrace cryptocurrency until they realized that cryptocurrency had become so big that if they didn't embrace it, they died. They saw the growth of Coinbase. They saw the growth of Robinhood. They saw the growth of DeFi. They saw the trillions going into Bitcoin and in these major capital markets. And now all of a sudden, all the banks are embracing it. But I got into cryptocurrency because I didn't have a damn choice. They debanked me for doing absolutely nothing wrong. These are golf courses. These are golf courses in upstate New York. These are restaurants. These are assets that have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of employees and members. Literally, you're getting a letter, your accounts are hereby canceled and you can't pay your employees. They can't put bread on their table because they didn't like your political affiliation. It wasn't even, it was my father's political affiliation. He was the one. I'm not a politician. I'm not in politics. And yet we were canceled like we were dogs. And honestly, it was a blessing in disguise because it made me find cryptocurrency, and I'm so happy I did.
Yes.